sweet Jesus, this is one of the best fucking games I've ever fucking played. I mean, right at the fucking get-go, when you start up the fucking game, when you enter the fucking menu, you hear the music and you know it's gonna be fucking great. But why is it so fucking great then? I mean, why is it so fucking fantastic? Well, I fucking tell you why. It's just so amazing. It's just so fucking good. It's just so fantastic. It just, well, let's just say this, that it has, it, you know the game from the first game. Well, let's say we have the gameplay and they, expand that shit a bit, give some more ammo on that shit, but they never really switched over to a story-based game. It was always there. It was just about the gameplay. Give you a whole lot of bigger areas to play with, a whole lot of fucking options to play with. And well, to start, I didn't really play on the hardest difficulty as I always do in games, because it felt like it was going to ruin the fucking game, to be honest. And to be honest, Crysis wasn't really a game about challenge, to be honest. Both the games were really fucking easy. So, it's not about that. So do yourself a fucking favor and play on maybe a hard or normal, I don't fucking know. I mean, it's because one of the flaws, I guess, with the first game was that you needed to pick up every ammo, not automatically. Approach it and you click on it and you pick it up. I mean, that was just because the atmosphere was supposed to feel like survival and all that shit. But in this game, it's all about pacing. It's all about head-on things. I mean, in the first game, it was all about survival and hunting. Here it's just hunting, head-on. Go in there, use your nanosuit, and not use your nanosuit, do the fuck explode shit, and then blah blah blah, and then you down. Done. It really uses the full potential of the nanosuit here. It's just, about, I mean, you can still, go whatever way you want. I mean, go here, there, there. I mean, not really everywhere. I mean, approach situation however you want to, but, to really give you the situation to really fully use the whole potential of the nanosuit, and it's fantastic. I mean, I can't really, explain how it feels like, but it's just a feeling. But let's just say that you're in this space and then you go cloaked and the enemies goes and then you run through the fucking entrance and then you run back and then you go strength and then you jump and you cancel grenade and you go armored and you sort of land and then you go fast again and start shooting about it and then you well it works very fucking well and it's fantastic. So yeah, like you heard, it's all about this pace, and you gotta be fast, 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 fast. So this whole fast, 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 fast. So this whole fucking thing with hardest difficulty, you need to pick up every goddamn ammo, and that's really destroys the entire game because it really destroys what the game was meant to be, to be honest. And with the the enemies talking Korean on the hardest difficulty, it doesn't really make any difference, to be honest. I mean, they should just speak Korean on the normal difficulty, easy difficulty, because it's not like they're helping you in any way. And if you say they're helping them, then you're just a fucking retard, to be honest. I mean, like I said, it's all about picking, so you can't really hold up and listen to them. I mean, in the first game, then it's okay. I mean, it's all about this survival and stuff, but here it's just BAM! But anyway, I've tried, two levels with the hardest difficulty, but it just felt retarded, going down in the grass and just touching everything to see if you could find a fucking clip or something. It just felt retarded and you slowed down the entire fucking game, to be honest. In the first game, it was pretty easy to find the fucking ammo, to be honest. But like I said, the Crysis were never about really challenge. It was about the gameplay, and the gameplay wasn't really all the challenging, to be honest. So it just ruins the game to play on the hardest difficulty. So you just play on, well, normal or hard, I guess, and it's gonna be amazing. But anyway, the story. Well, it's one of the best fucking roller coaster story I ever fucking seen, to be honest. Because they don't really want it to big. I mean, wanted to, change. I mean the way of the game like they did in the first game. But it doesn't really. It aren't really a plus or anything. It's just that they didn't do the same fucking mistake with this game. But anyway, the story was fucking great. It's one of the best fucking roller coaster story I have ever seen because, one, the characters are so much fucking better than the first game. The British guy actually has a fucking decent personality. He has got a big fucking character to it, and it's fantastic. I mean, they don't really have so many characters in the game, but those that they have, they fucking, They build them up very fucking well. I mean, those they build up very fucking well. And they also had another character which they build up very well as well. And they also had a side story to it, which is very fucking good to a story. Actually have, another parallel story going on besides it, which is also very good, with which helped, the characters and all that shit. Like I said, the characters in general are very well built up. Too, the roller coaster is very good. It's all about, get that shit, and then you get that shit, and you fight the boss battle, and the final boss battle is a final fucking boss battle. It's a final boss battle. It really is a final boss battle. It's great. It's maybe even fantastic sometimes to be honest. I mean, the roller coaster it's pretty straightforward, just like a fucking roller coaster. You get that shit, and then you run around the fucking island doing your fucking mission. You got a story on its side that you follow, and then you get it, and then you drive, and then it's the end. It's it's not it's not the most I mean, they could expand the shit more, but it worked and it was great. I mean, it was even fantastic sometimes because they didn't really ruin it themselves like they did in the first game. They really make the atmosphere feel like the island's really at war. It's not just you like it was in the first game. It's not just you. I mean, there are other people that got nanosuits. There were other people that wanted to have nanosuits, and it's not really just you on the island. I mean, when you go one step forward, the whole game, whole fucking world go one step forward. It's not like that. You hear all the shit around you going on, and it's good. It's great because it helps the atmosphere, which the first game really didn't do so well. I mean, they did it. I mean, but it wasn't really all that good compared to this game. Three. I mean, they don't really take away your uh, equipment that many times. They just do it one time. Of course, it's faggoty, but it's still you get it back pretty fast, so it doesn't really matter. They have a lot of memorable scenes. The music is pretty spot on. They have a big amount of different music, unless they just, fucked up and just like the fucking music, I guess. But whatever. They do a lot of, big scenes. To be honest, I mean that you should remember probably. Yeah, that's all I can think of right off the bat. That's really important. I mean, think about the game that was in the first game, the first act, and then they just made the game out of that shit, and then you just made a great fucking story to it. Like I said in the first game, they just made a great fucking story and great fucking, and they did, which is fantastic. I mean, it makes the game fantastic, which it is. This is a fantastic game. It's one of the best games ever made, to be honest. Um, it's yeah. Wow. I mean, of course, there's still some flaws and all this shit we'll have to take up later, but I mean, it still has this gameplay that uses the full potential of the nanosuit. You can go anywhere. You full control of your movement, which is so great, which you don't really see nowadays because they really want to sacrifice it on realism, which they fail miserably on. Yeah. I mean, the only flaw that I really could think of, which I don't really call a flaw, but it's the length of the game. It's not really that long. Well, even though it's not that long, every second is on display. It's not like I mean, technically, I would say that the first game is actually not that long. I mean, shorter than the second game, but that it's not. I mean, the second game is shorter, but I mean, Warhead is shorter, but it's just that every second is on display in Warhead, but in Crysis 1 it's not. It's every second is not on display, to be honest. So in the end, the flaw with the list, it doesn't really make. I mean, it's still a flaw, but it isn't really that big of a flaw in the end. And also, of course, I think this really shouldn't matter, but it is. If I say no, then I'm just lying. The game relies too much on the second game. It doesn't really build. I mean, of course, it builds up shit itself, but it doesn't. It needs the player needs to know what happened in the first game to understand what happened in Warhead. So that's the only big flaw, to be honest. That you need to play the first game. If you play the first game, then then I mean, because the game relies on the first game, then the two games need to be compared to each other, and then the first game hurts the Warhead. So that's the biggest flaw in the game. And also in the first game, it felt like you were just there watching the action happen from afar, but in the second game you were in the action. And also, I mean, that's why the whole pacing is pretty important in the game. I mean, you can still go stealth and all that shit, but it isn't really all that better. Uh, but then again, the first game felt a lot like, well, Far Cry with a nanosuit. I mean, Far Cry with a nanosuit without survival instincts. That's what it feels like, to be honest. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, sweet Jesus. Crysis Warhead is one of the best games ever made. Crysis Warhead is a fantastic fucking game. But don't play on the hardest difficulty because that sucks. It might be linear, but fuck it, it works. But to be honest, if you're gonna say linear, I mean the first game was a bit linear as well. But never mind. Crysis Warhead is without doubt a fantastic game.